Now I want to speak on behalf of the 5,200 brave men and women of the Houston Police Department and the other 800,000 police officers that are working these streets every single day, putting their lives on the line. We are sick and tired of having targets on our back. We are sick and tired of having dirtbags trying to take our lives when all we're trying to do is protect this community and protect our families. Enough is enough. And if you're the ones that are out there spreading the rhetoric that police officers are the enemy, well, just know we've all got your number now. We're going to be keeping track of all of y'all, and we're going to make sure that we hold you accountable every time you stir the pot on our police officers. We've had enough, folks. We're out there doing our jobs every day, putting our lives on the line for our families. Enough is enough. Now, please, keep these officers in your prayers.
Morning, guys. Hopefully I got this camera angle correctly. I'm actually going to use this as a kind of a dash cam because it gets everything here and everything out there. This one isn't GPS enabled, so I want it to be able to see the speedometer, blinkers, etc., so forth. So I know a lot of you have been messaging me, emailing me about what's going on with HPD, and for those that don't know, there was several officers from the Houston Police Department that were shot yesterday. They were running a narcotics warrant, and the criminals that they were running the warrant on resisted arrest, and it resulted in a shootout that ended with 4 officers being wounded and one hurting his knee. Nobody is expected to die or anything like that, so that's good news. More good news, the shooters themselves did not survive. I have nothing good to say about people who shoot at cops. That's not me. That's not what I'm about, and I don't support that. The same way I don't support, bad cops shooting at people. But the union president for the Houston Police Officers Association released a very interesting statement saying that he was going that HPD officers would begin to target people who propagate anti-police rhetoric. Now, I'm not sure where that's coming from. I have nothing but good things to say about the Houston Police Department as a whole. I have never had a single major incident with that department or anyone from that department. As a matter of fact, I always say that they are a model for local law enforcement agencies because they're just that good. Are there bad cops in HPD? Absolutely. But Houston PD does a pretty good job of weeding out bad officers once they identify them. So, again, I'm not sure where the whole thing of targeting people who criticize police officers, I don't know where that's coming from with the HPD's union, because that is not typical of what I get from the rank and file officers who are very supportive of what we do. They're supportive of our rights. Just never saw that coming. But there has been a push within the police unions to target activists. And that has been going on for a little over a year. I warned Amanda and Sue up north about it. The police have their own little private chat groups, and there are good officers in those chat groups, and they notified me what was going on up there with Sue, specifically after the Bunkowski incident, where the officers arrested her basically for the tip the cop. That's where it really began. Leon Valley and the San Antonio Police Union target the people who expose bad cops. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm dumbfounded by this. Now, I don't believe that there will be any issues with the rank and file officers other than the crooked cops. You know, the union thugs that know that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. Those officers are going to be bad no matter what. You know, that's the thing about a crooked cop. Once they go bad, they never straighten out. They never get back on the right path. So there's no redemption for a crooked cop. So they may use this union propaganda as an excuse or validation for what they do. But I can tell you that I do not expect to have any issues with the rank and file officers and good officers out there. And if I'm wrong, well, you know, we'll deal with that when the time comes. As for the crooked cops, you know, I'm prepared to deal with them at any time. At any time. I mean, I carry cameras everywhere. I always have cameras on me. Matter of fact, that's a Mobius Gen 2 that you'll be seeing a review on here on the channel here pretty quick. So, you know, they bring what they bring, and we'll deal with it when that becomes an issue. But I want you guys to remember in your prayers that the officers that were wounded, one of them was a very minor wound, one of them was a knee injury, one of them was a more serious gunshot to the shoulder, and then two of them had wounds to the neck that required surgery, and they were in stable but critical condition. They're in good hands. The hospital where they're at is a good trauma center, and I believe all will survive and be okay. As for the criminals, and this goes for people who, in general, want to resist arrest, you know, and this is activists too. I say this all the time. You do not fight the police on the street. If you are being falsely arrested, you know, that's to be fought in court. I do not condone acts of violence against anybody. I've said that all along, and that position has not changed over the years. Let's see, what else? HPD has got some good leadership. Art Acevedo came down here from Austin, and I know that he was not very popular in Austin. But he has done really well here in Houston. But, you know, here in Houston, he's not had to fight the union for every little thing like he did in Austin. Austin has a very stubborn and stupid police union. Again, this is why I'm so shocked that the union president here has said the things that he said. I've never had any ill dealings with the police union here. So it is what it is. That's it, guys. I just want you to know I'm okay and kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on. Hope I didn't ramble too much. And I will see you again soon.
pretty dirty, doesn't it, there, dude?
Yeah, it does. You look kind of suspicious.
What?
You look kind of suspicious. I mean, you know, they just had some officers get shot yesterday, and you pull up here with a pallet full of whatever
Water?
and park at the back. You don't think that looks suspicious? Did they know you're here?
Yep.
I won't call it in then.
Hi, Lauren. The hashtag Enough is Enough is gaining traction on social media. Tonight, Joe Gamaldi still not mincing words, pointing to statistics that show shootings against police officers are up and that the streets are becoming more and more dangerous for them.
We are sick and tired of having targets on our back.
Strong words last night from HPOU President Joe Grimaldi as he spoke on behalf of all law enforcement in Houston, directly to the people in our community who see police as the enemy.
We are sick and tired of having dirtbags trying to take our lives when all we're trying to do is protect this community and protect our families. Enough is enough.
His statement sparking some razor-sharp reactions on social media. The Omaha Police Officers Association tweeting, "Great and meaningful words coming from a great man and leader." Another tweet reads, "Your speech was spot on. Dangerous rhetoric allowing people to think they are above the law for any reason." Others shared their interpretations. This tweet reads, "Hey, Joe Grimaldi, welcome to being black in America." And Joe Grimaldi, are you going to come after me for saying not all cops are saints? Today, Grimaldi is standing his ground.
It's absolutely ridiculous that we're painted as evil when in fact we're the very people that are trying to protect our community.
This afternoon, Ashton P. Woods with Black Lives Matter went before City Council and says while he agrees that officers shouldn't have targets on their back, it doesn't give police the right to go after activists in the community.
There are a lot of people in the city of Houston right now who look like me, who look like brown people, who have to navigate through the city. And every time something like this happens, we have to endure heightened policing, police being aggressive, and rightfully so, being in their feelings about their colleagues being shot or being hurt in the line of duty. But what it does not mean is that we have to stop calling out police brutality.